What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Welcome to the Late Betting with the Bag show on June 12th, 5:30 p.m. in Miami, where we hope to all be partying together in late August, 2:30 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I expect to die someday. I expect to die in Las Vegas, Nevada. And 3:30 here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Got off to a bad start. Made a last-minute decision to double up on the Rays. Mistake. And I jumped on the Indians. So I got a couple losers after this giant winning streak that we've been on, and that's fine. Get a couple losers. It's imperative that you stay sharp and make decisions that you truly trust. And I made a late decision on the Rays, which disappointing mistake. But that is over with, and I need to find some winners on this baseball card. I only have one play on it. Need to find some winners. We have Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Big game. And we have Game 6 of the NBA Finals tomorrow. Big game. And I'm ready to go. I've already locked my plays in for the Stanley Cup Finals, but I did add 3 NBA prop bets I already bet. And I'm excited. They pumped me up. I made the bets about 30 minutes ago. My heart was pounding through my chest. We're going to go over those when J Money is Money joins us. He will be joining us in 41 minutes. And there is one WNBA game here. And I am going to start capping it. And I did take some notes on Lynx Liberty. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the trigger. Wouldn't mind hearing what King Rail's saying. King Rail, here we go. King Rail's already here saying Lynx first half minus 1.5. That's an interesting look. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. And CFL starts tomorrow. I will be capping that. We had a good year last year. I have to go over the numbers again. I can get them. I ended up about 5 units or 4 or 5 units. Not a huge success, but I hope we can improve on that. I'm looking forward to hammer that. But most importantly, thank you to everybody in the chat ready to rock and roll. King Rail in our chat. I will be on King's Court right after this show, and I'm excited about that. Shout out to Vinny Cornell in the house saying last 13 Stanley Cup Game 7 never reached a total of 6 or more. That's good enough for me. The sausage selection is under 5.5 and minus 145. A lot of juice for sausage, but sausage is nay scared. Larry Savage in the house. He's on the Blues today. You know, it's funny. If you're on Twitter, every single person is on the Bruins. Everybody's on the Bruins. But on our show, there's more people, it feels like, that are on the Blues, which is extremely interesting. We're dog hunting, and I love it. King Rail in the house. We got the bartender doing a little day drinking. Respect to that. We got Ron Lofton in the house. We got Viper NB says early morning games being tough. Walla dose of 10 in that first period under 1.5. Jimmy, let's get it. I'm excited about it. Very excited about it. Kevin Pines says, okay, Jim, I said it game 1. I'll say it again. My biggest bet, the 6 wins in 6. I love it, Kevin, my guy. Alan Action in the house. Bleds W said, Jimmy, are you on the Bruins? No. And we're going to go over my plays in a second. Larry Savage says, tough call with Bruins, man. Larry Savage said, Blues are 9-3 on the road this evening. We got failed at life in the house here. We got Eddie Euler says, thanks for all your great NHL insights and capping this season. It's my absolute pleasure, Eddie Euler. And that's where I think I can be. My biggest advantage to you guys is, from a capping perspective, is NHL. And I will always feel that way, and I will always do my best to absolutely destroy it for us. And I will always have confidence in my plays. And it was another good year, but I still haven't had a spectacular year in front of you guys yet. Being 2 seasons, both, mid-20 units. I'm actually up 31 units right now in NHL. So mid-20s last year, 31 this year. But that will drop a bit when we go down over the futures. We'll have to see how that all bangs out. Lance LaRose in the house. We got Brian Watson. We got Sherigan Amaterasu who says Raps lose tomorrow. We have heard that many times. But I love having Sherigan in the house. And I've really enjoyed the Warriors fans going after the Raptors fans back and forth. It's been extremely enjoyable. Sherigan says the Bruins are the better team in my opinion. They certainly are with special teams. But on 5-on-5, the Blues have taken control. And the Blues just have more depth. If you go down their roster, and I'm just talking with the forwards, if you go down their roster, Marchand and Bergeron are why the Bruins are so special. But the Blues, from forward number 1 to forward 12, have better forwards. It's just that those top two guys, you can throw Pasternak in there if you'd like. Pasternak, Tarasenko, give or take, But it's Marchand and Bergeron that makes that team so special. Because of the Prophet says, all the underdogs killed me on the early games. And King Rail says, Raptors aren't losing tomorrow. Have you watched these games? And Eddie Oler taking the Blues-Bruins to go to OT. Wow, that would be wild. And Alan Action, my guy Alan Action, it's cliche, but 2 best words in sports, Game 7. Triple K Marine on Blues, alternate line, -1.5. Here's another guy, Triple K Marine. We've had a few of these guys in our low bag chat that are going for these big scores and these they're looking for dogs, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. Coco Bongo on Bruins 60-minute line at +100. Larry Savage, the Red Sox hit 2 triples in this game. There's Trot Wham. There's Man with a Plan, says, do you think games are rigged or script? Never heard you look at it from that perspective. Man with a Plan, we've talked quite a bit about it, and we especially did when Pete, was here, and we talked a lot about it. And the way I see it, Man with a Plan, is that this is what I do, and this is what I want to spend the rest of my life doing. And when I think that there's some black cloud bullshit hanging over these events that are set up and rigged, as you say. Now, I know that certain events are, but I'm talking about the main sports in North America, it will take all the fun out of it for me. So the Donahues, I'm sure, the NBA ref, I'm sure those guys exist. I'm not, I know that there's good and there's bad and there's light and there's dark. Like, I don't just believe that there was one Donahue. There's other guys who are doing whatever they can to fix. I understand that sports can be fixed, and the more we make it wide open and legalize gambling, I'm sure there might be a little bit more of it. And we know that probably college sports are where that would be, college basketball especially, where that would happen the most. But I just don't let that come in, and I just don't let that affect me, because this is what brings me the most joy in life, is gambling on sports. And I don't want that shit in my head. So I actually choose to kind of act as if it's not there. Okay. Marshall Appleton saying Warriors in 7. Eddie Oler says Dodgers killed me 2 days in a row. And Trotwham says close it out in Oracle the right way. Oh, man, it's exciting. There's the Sports Keg in the house. I will be joining the Sports Keg after my spot on King's Court. Get to do the whole show on King's Court, which I'm very, very excited about. After that, I'm going to jump on the Sports Keg with the guys over there. Larry Savage says Saints vs. Rams NFC Championship game. Do you think, I hear what you guys are saying. And I'm not just this ignorant enough to think that this stuff doesn't exist, because I know it exists. I just don't want it to affect everything that, the pure joy I get from trying to cap these games, basically. Basically, that's how I think it. Man with a Plan. And we can talk more and more about it. I'd be interested to hear what the guys on King's Court have to say about that, because basketball always felt like the sport you could do that. Well, obviously baseball with the pitcher, but basketball always felt like the sport you could do that the easiest with. It just feels like in basketball, with these guys making these enormous, because the star, if you see some 6th man or 7th man in the rotation playing shitty, you just pull them. It would have to be the star. And right now the stars are making $30+ million a year, and they have no need to do that stuff. So it would have to be college sports where that would happen, or tennis or something of that ilk. There's Juan Ruiz. There's not a Blickle said it sure can in horse racing. We know that for a fact. We know that happens in horse racing. So one thing that I do, and Christopher Comentini says, I don't know where this whole rig thing started. Show me a 100% confirmed rig game in any of the major pro sports. Obviously, the way Christopher Comentini sees that is the way I choose to see it as well. But in horse racing, you'll see stuff in these C tracks. And that's why you have to keep your eyes open for certain little things. And sometimes you'll miss, like a horse will be last all year. And he runs, let's say, every 3 weeks. Let's say it's a C track. This is, running $5,000, $4,000 claiming races. And you don't get to go back to far enough. You don't, because, let's say he's run 17 races in that year and they only show you the last 15 races or so on the daily racing form. But what you will notice is that, wow, that horse is on Lasix today. And then when you research the horse on a computer to go back, the last time he was on Lasix was last year, and this horse flies on Lasix. He needs Lasix, helps him breathe. And it's a scam that the trainer and the owners use because they put him on Lasix every 25 races. And they know he's going to fly, and they know he's going to go off at 99-1, and he's going to win that race. And sometimes you'll miss that because if it's a first-time Lasix user, that L will be in dark black. But if he's just back on Lasix, it's just a regular L, and you'd have to notice that he wasn't on Lasix on all. It's just a little thing, and I tend to drink when I gamble on horses, and that affects it. You know, that affects your sharpness, noticing that horse is on Lasix for the first time. All right, that's enough of that. We can talk about this stuff forever. Fellow Life says, what's LASIK? And LASIK is just a drug. LASIK is for the eyes. LASIX is a drug that just helps horses breathe, and they're trying to get all drugs out of horse racing, and there's a big argument over this one drug because people believe that, you know, it's not it just helps horses breathe easier, and it isn't really a performance enhancer. We can talk about this for a long, long time. Okay, let's get to work right now. Let's start with NHL. And we only have 8 games. Not only, we have 8 games to cap, and now we're going to be joined in 32 minutes by Jay Money is Money. So I apologize for digressing for so long. Okay. Avi Gold says it's getting near impossible to fix mainstream sports these days. It's only obscure lower level games that are fixed, but even that's rare these days. I agree with that, Avi. I completely agree with that. And Von Polo says, how do you know if they are? I mean, there's another very possible thing. Bud Nino says Lasix in a human gets fluid out of your body. Very interesting, Bud Nino. A place I go to often here in San Jose, Costa Rica, Tango, India, also helps get fluid out of my body. King Rail says, if you're busy today, Jim, there's always tomorrow. Bro, I know your hard work No, King Rail. It's not work when I get to join King's Court, man. I'm going to pour a little something in my cup, have a little fun with the boys, go over my 3 prop bets, and I just went ahead and made them. I was sitting there today going, maybe I should talk with the boys about this, and I was like, you know what? Just get them. They're all at minus 130. These numbers are going to change. Just go get them. And there's Gas Station Sushi. Woodbine Race 2, number 3. Dance W, 4-unit play. Gas Station Sushi, when does that race go off? I'm going to copy and paste this. When does that race go off? How soon? Okay, sorry, I got to copy and paste that. And Sean Glass saying Bryce Harper not in the starting lineup. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get to work here. And Not Applicable says Jimmy's local brothel. No, that's just down the street. That's Spa Star. Tango India is when I want to step it up a bit. When I want to step my game up. Spa Star is when any old... Okay, let's focus. Let's stay focused. Okay, in the NHL game tonight, did we cover Braves? No, we're going to go over all the lines. We're going to go over everything. But just want to go over my NHL spot. Blues first period, plus 138. First period, under 1.5. Let's see if there's been any movement here in this spot. Here we go. SBR Sports Book Review. Here we go. Okay. So the Bruins opened at minus 165. They're now at minus 175. The total opened at 5. It's now at 5.5 everywhere but Bookmaker. Bookmaker can still give you the 5. Wow, look at BetOnline. Under 5.5 at minus 160. Under 5.5 at minus 160. 4:14 Pacific. Oh, nice. Oh, Gas Station Sushi, I can hammer that. I'll hammer that. Thank you for that. No, okay. All right. I'm in. Gas Station Sushi. I'm tailing. Okay. So... under 5.5 is now at minus 160. People think it's going to be low scoring just because that tends to be how these games bang out. Listen, the Bruins at home, they should take care of business. But the value's on the Blues, and if I want to focus on where that value is, I think it's early. The Blues just had all the pressure in the world on their shoulders, and they failed. And one of the great things in sports sometimes is when you fail, you get another chance. Sometimes it's all over. Sometimes it's all over, you get one chance. But sometimes you get another chance. And when you do, you wake up, the sun's out, and you think, man, I can't wait to give it another try. And they have another chance to win the Stanley Cup here. We know that Binnington bounces back. We know the Blues bounce back. We know the Blues are great on the road. And we know the sticks are tight. A little, your hands are a little, there's a little extra clench in a Game 7 situation. The crowd's going to be going bananas. The Blues just have to get through that first 7 minutes, and I think they'll be a very dangerous squad. I'm on the Blues first period. I'm on the first period under 1.5. Every time the Bruins have smashed the Blues in this series, I've taken the Blues first period the next game, and it's cashed and cashed and cashed. I'm doing it again, and I'm on the first period under. J. Yim says, Jimmy, with the change in pitching with the Jays, is the first 5 under still a bet? No, it is not, J. Yim. We're going to get to all that soon. So there's Big Ragu in the house. Moneyline Global says, I got parlay Bruins with Warriors tomorrow. Eddie Oil says, under 4.5 plus 165. The only problem is the empty netters. You need a close game. And these games can kind of get away from you, as we saw in 2011 in Game 7 with the Bruins Canucks. Daryl Isle said, Bruins only 7-5 in home playoffs. Underdog in the series are 4-1. Look, I love this spot, and it was Dom Ricci's stats that made me push forward. The under 1.5 first period, 15-7, but 7-1 last 8, 10-2 in last 12. These are closeout Game 7s. Team to score first, 19-1 in last 20. But the road team scores the first goal in 19 out of 32 closeout games. All that said, shout out to my guy, Dom Ricci. And I'm on a 7-bet winning streak. Blues first period and first period under 1.5, my last 2 plays of the season. And then, as you guys know and remember, the one future that looks like it will cash. I mean, I got the Flames to win at plus 5.6, plus 560. So I got 5.6 units on that, but I still think I'll be down a couple units in my futures. But the one is I took the Bruins plus 190 to win the cup before the Hurricane series started. So that's what's up. Eddie Olaire was 4-1, wasn't it? Was it 4-0 in that? God, I thought I remember the Canucks getting 1 goal in that 2011 game. Was it 4-0? God, it might have been 4-0. Man. Okay, what up, Eric Jones? Let's get to work on this baseball card right now. And we have lineups, we have the market moves, and we have time and don't need to rush things. But I should, and I guess I'll just wait till Jay Money's on the show to tell you guys what I'm on in basketball. But I'm so excited about these 3 prop bets that I want to scream them out loud. But let's focus here on Diamondbacks Phillies. Now, we know Big Boss is on the first 5 under. Let's pull up the market moves here in this Diamondbacks Phillies game. Open at 9, and the over was juiced to minus 125. It's now juiced to the under. So a pretty decent size move. Not a moving move. Didn't go down to 8.5, but a pretty nice move towards the under in Arizona Philly. Philly opens up at minus 151, and they're now at minus 126. So a 25-cent move towards the Diamondbacks. Probably that has something to do with the fact that Bryce Harper is out of the lineup. Yeah, not Piddle said I think it was 4-1. I've tried to erase that day from my memory. Okay, let's take a look at the lineups here. Here we go. Arizona, Philly. For Philly, Hernandez, Segura, Bruce, Hoskins, Realmuto, Kingery, Williams, Franco. Big bat missing from that lineup. For the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte, Vargas, Peralta, Jones, Escobar, Walker, Ahmed, Kelly, and Kelly. So there's a Kelly battery in that spot. Yeah, Eddie Obason said Cleveland Indians showed their true colors earlier. Offense didn't show up. And Eddie always says Tim Thomas pitched the shutout. Bergeron got the winner from Marchand. Yeah. Okay. Diamondbacks, Phillies. Diamondbacks, 240-732 OPS versus righties. Phillies are 241-739 OPS versus Phillies versus righties. We know that Eflin was solid in the bounce-back start. He'd had a few bad starts, and he had a back issue, and then he took the start off, and he was sharp when he came back. 3.86 ERA in 2 career starts against Arizona. Not applicable says, I spent the day at a casino, lost a bunch. I don't like hearing that. Not applicable, my guy. There's Red Girl in the house. Love seeing Red Girl joining us. Kelly has looked very good in his last 2 starts. You know, I think that Big Boss's first 5 unders live. I do. Just not sure if I want to pull the trigger on it. But I certainly think it's live with these lineups. Problem is, it's 10 miles an hour overcast, but sideways out to left field. Let's get a second opinion on this wind. Yeah, right to left, and now 8 miles per hour. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Let me hear this chat. Hear what you guys say. Eddie always says lean Phillies in a tight game. Brian Watson says, can't wait for Jimmy's help on Canadian football things. I can't wait to work together. All of us working together. Okay, what are we doing on this spot? You guys like this first 5 under that Big Boss is on in Diamondbacks at Phillies, Kelly at Eflin? I kind of like it. Bartender's leaning towards the Phillies. Okay, I'm just going to leave this as a lean right now. I kind of like it. We'll come back to it. Now we have Blue Jays, Orioles, and we have Jackson not pitching. Let's see is Jackson just going to be moved? No, he's going to be the primary. He's going to be the primary. Interesting. I don't like when these guys turn these vets into I don't like when these vets don't get the opportunity to keep their regular action as a starting pitcher and then have to come in out of the bullpen. That just makes me uncomfortable. Twatty Lattes on Phillies first 5 -0.5 at plus 115. Wow, that's an interesting look, and I like that. Joey Evang says, do we have a taint play of the day? No, the taint play of the day is that we are hoping that Matt Randall's wife gives birth to a very healthy child. She is very close. The due date's right around now, is what we think's going on. So we're just sending our best wishes to Matt Randall and just wishing them a new addition to the family in the healthiest ways possible. Eddie Oilers says, when did these bullpens short started stuff start? Don't remember as many as this year. Yeah, it started with the Rays. And they turned it into a quite a successful project last year. They sure did. Lamont Williams says, what's the number for first 5 Phillies? What's the number for first 5 Phillies? Let's go there. Right now, if you wanted the first 5 Phillies on the money line, you'd get -130 or -131. If you wanted to handle it like our guy Twatty Latte, you would take it at -0.5 at the plus 115 at 5 times hanging out. Same with Bet Online. Same with Heritage. All hanging, and UWager all hanging plus 115s. All hanging 115s. Okay. So with this Blue Jay spot, I just don't like bringing Jackson in. And then they're starting with Derek Law, and he's terrible. He's just not to be trusted, and it's upsetting. It screws my whole plan up. But Derek Law just looks bad. He looked good versus Arizona in their 8-2 loss, or Arizona's 8-2 win. Last outing. 2 innings pitched with 1 hit. But before then, he'd allowed 4 runs in 2 1/3. Overall this year, he just gets touched. 1.62 whip in the last 7 days. 2.12 whip on the road. 1.62 whip in June. Overall, 1.58 whip and a 5.89 ERA, and I just don't want to have anything to do with him. So, all that said and done, I can't make that play I was so excited about making. Certainly not going to back the Jays here, and I'm not going to trust that David Hess can turn it around enough that the Orioles have value. Let's take a look at what the market's done with this spot. Jays, Orioles, going full game here, and love to hear what you guys are on here. Started off the day poorly. Jays, Orioles, here we go. Jays opened up at -105. They're now -109 and 4-cent move in their direction. Total opened at 10.5. It's now at 10. And the lineups are pretty interesting. And if you were going to back the Jays, I get it because Kevin Biggio and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. 1-2 is extremely exciting. Then Lourdes Gurriel, Randall Grichuk, then Smoke, Hernandez, Tellez, Galvis, Maye. It's a pretty strong lineup for the Jays. And with the Orioles dealing with Dwight Smith Jr. not being in the lineup, they have VR, Santander, Mancini, Cisco, Nunez, Severino, Ruiz, Alberto. I would like the Jays here. But I'm just not going to touch them. I just don't want anything to do with them ever, especially on the road. All right, let's move on to Cardinals, Marlins. Is there a play to make here? What do we expect? Oh, and Bled's W on Baltimore money line. Anil Frank on Orioles first 5 team total over. What is the Orioles first 5 team total over? It sucks because it's going against my whole plan here, which was to believe in Edwin here, and it sucks that it's unavailable. Here we go. First half team totals. Let's take a look. If you wanted DJs on the first, they're both at 2.5, although Jays is -140. Orioles is at -113. So Orioles team total over 2.5 and -113. I mean, they're not expecting a ton of runs here. Moneyline Global also on the O's. Eddie Oilers saying Justin Smoke is hitless in 11 at bats. We can pull those up too. Let's get those numbers up here right now as well. That will help. Daily baseball data here for you guys. All right, with this first spot we were talking about in the Phillies game, they've never seen Merrill Kelly, and haven't got a hit off of Eflin. You know, I guess Big Boss's first 5 under is getting more and more appealing. It's getting more and more appealing. There he is, DJ Big Boss. So much work on the farm. I just made it back for the show. I guess it's becoming more appealing, and I'm going to join. I'm going to join DJ Big Boss on this play. It took me all day to pull the trigger. I'm doing it now. First half, total Big Boss coming off a 4-1 spot last week. And the under 5 at minus 107 at Pinnacle. Under 5. There we go. My move is under 5. First 5, under 5 at minus 107. Book it. Okay. Lamont Williams says, Jimmy, take the O's full game under. I just don't trust Law, and I don't like Jackson coming in after they've gone through the lineup once. I don't like any of it. I hear you, Lamont Williams, and I should just follow everything you say. I've been watching how you're crushing, but I'm not going to at this point. All right. Let's talk about Yamamoto and Michaelis. Yamamoto, a wild card in cards game, but still lean St. Louis. Let's see how they hit Michaelis right now. Oh, and we wanted the baseball data against in the Jays spot. Hess, the Jays don't hit him at all. Oh, we knew that because he had that no-hitter in that first start of the inning that ended when he was pulled after 6 1/3. Here we go against Michaelis. They don't touch Michaelis at all. Wow, these Marlins don't touch Michaelis at all. Is this a spot where Michaelis can bounce back? He's been bad on the road all year, but there's been a huge move, and I just don't want to be on the ass end of it. Let's see what has happened here with money lines and totals here. Sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds page. Money lines and totals. The Cardinals, actually, it's not. Oh, that's first half. Okay, that's first half. Go full game. Full game. Open at minus 154. It's now at minus 172. So 18-cent move. I guess that's not ludicrous. I've cashed and cashed with the Cardinals the last 2 games, and I just don't want to go back. There's Eddie Euler saying 4-1 and 7-1. Don Reach said Cards due for a clunker. Marlins live. Blitz W on the Cardinals run line. And Douglas Robinson says, Big Boss, what's the pick? It was the first 5 under 5 in the Diamondbacks Phillies. That's what I just jumped on, Douglas Robinson. Sorry when you said what game. All right. And Lamont Williams says, I'm trying to give you all free money. I get it. And it was Lamont saying, I'm trying to give you all free money was the Cardinals minus 1.5. It was the Cardinals minus 1.5. Ilya Katz talking about Yamamoto's walks. He tries to be perfect, and that really could hurt him. I think that's a great call from Ilya there. He tries to be perfect, and we're talking Double-A Jacksonville trying to be perfect. Double-A Jacksonville. 25 walks and 65 1/3, 64 Ks. Hawaii native. Last year, he had a 1.83 ERA through the stops. Alan actually said, Cards, nice road fave. Liberty Finder says, we love free money. And Don Reach is saying, Cards are due for a clunker. My only issue, Lamont Williams, is I just don't succeed when I keep going back to the well on a certain bet. And that's what makes me uncomfortable about the Cardinals. Blood W saying, Cards, easy money. Eddie Obason saying, Cards will win. They're going for a sweep here. Let's take a look at these lineups for the Cardinals here. Carpenter, DeYoung, Goldschmidt, Ozuna, Molina, Wong, Fowler, Bader. For the Marlins, Granderson, Cooper, Anderson, Castro, Ramirez, Prado, Rojas, Holiday, Yamamoto. I just don't want to keep going back to the well. Let's see what I'd get if I took the Cards on the spread. There's Cup of Sun. Been a long time since you've joined us, Cup of Sun. Here we go on this spot with the Cards, Marlins. Getting minus 110, minus 115. Eddie Obason says, Jimmy, it's MLB. You ride the streaks. Oh, wow. Dom Ricci will be at the Cards Mets game on Friday night. Oh, man. Got to do some live stuff for us there, Dom. All right. I'm just going to put a lean right now. I know that Lamont Williams just hands out free money to us. I know he does. I'm just going to leave that as a lean right now. Let's talk Keller Soroka. What do we expect from Keller? He's had a couple nice starts down in the minors. We love you and miss you, Cup of Sun. Bleds W says, ride the streak. Jimmy, Marlins are trash. There's Dimitrios Davos. Nice to see him. Our guy Dimitrios back in action says, I'll be back for NFL full time, but I dabble in MLB a little. I'll tell you what. The Audible's back next week. Next week, we're starting our previews for the NFL season. Saying be making money on Colorado unders this year. Great job, Cup of Sun. What do we expect from Keller? That's the big question here. Soroka's been great. Keller looked excellent against Toledo. And there was an interesting point made by Drew. That was on Friday where he got 13 strikeouts. Going on short rest here, a bit of short rest. But he's a young guy. Soroka's a stud, man. 21-year-old from Calgary just rolling here. Let's see what the market has done with this spot here. The Braves Buccos. Let's go full game, money lines and totals. And we have 14 minutes till we'll be joined by Jay Money is Money. And we'll go over what Kings on in Kings on, what basketball play that our guy King is on, and we will see. All right. And we'll see what Jay Money's on in that one Lynx Liberty game. But I've got 3 prop bets that I've already bet. Okay, here we go. Money keeps sort of slipping onto the Pirates. 20-cent line move towards the Pirates here. Soroka just mows this team down. He mows everybody down. He's just pitching incredibly well. Man, he's just playing so well. Big bounce back against the Marlins. I know the Marlins are so weak, but his only somewhat weak start of the year. He had a great bounce back. Eddie Oler says, Eileen, Braves -1.5, like Soroka. I don't know. Let's take a quick look at these lineups. I just don't want to add. One thing I did yesterday, and I did it without, because we had our late shows canceled because of the YouTube problems. I added on 3 big favorites on the -1 line, and 2 of them lost, and it was a mistake, and it clouded a very good day. Braves have Acuna, Swanson, Freeman, Donaldson, Markakis, Riley, Albies, Flowers. The Pirates have Newman, Dickerson, Marte, Bell, Cabrera, Gong, Frazier, and Diaz. I apologize for saying Kong for the last year and a half. I remember we had a capper from Hawaii who we missed very much. He used to tell us about Gung Gung's time machine. How Gung Gung's time machine would tell us who was going to win. I hope he comes back because we miss Gung Gung's time machine. And I apologize for saying K's, pronouncing K's as a K with the Korean players. I don't want to take the Braves as this big of a favorite. And I think this kid can come up and have a nice start. What's the total being? Let's take a quick look at totals here in this game. I think the kid could have a nice start. Open at 9.5. It's now at 9. It was 9.5 of -104, so it was juiced to the over. So it's been a huge move towards the under. I kind of like it. And then the first 5 would be obviously a look there. This kid's going to throw fire. Randy C says, ride the streaks, don't bet against them. I'm definitely not going to fade Lamont. Don't trust me on that. Christopher Comte said time machine never hit. You're right. Gung Gung's time machine did fall short quite often. Oh, that's so funny, Chris. That's so funny. You're right. It did fall short. He would always apologize for Gung Gung's time machine. Ty Clinton saying, anybody like San Diego? Yeah, we got a few cappers that like San Diego from the morning show. I'm on the under 7.5. The first 5 under in Pitt, Atlanta, open at 5s now at 4.5. I can't take that. That's a half-run move I don't like. But Eric Jones liking the under 9 in that spot. And Alan Action saying Keller is not that good, Jimmy. All right. I'm not going to make a move there. Let's talk Daniel Norris, Danny Duffy. Is there a play to make on this game? I would like to add a bet or two, but I don't want to force it. Tigers, Royals. Let's see what the market's done in this game. Full game, money lines and totals. I backed Danny Duffy as a dog in Boston last start, and he took a line drive off the knee. They were up 2-0 at that point. I had a first 5+ money spot, and I thought it was going to cash, and it only didn't, I believe, because of that issue. And Jonathan Suchi saying, Jimmy, the play for WNBA tonight is New York Liberty. Mystics missing a key player, and at home, I believe. Yes, we're going to go over that. They are missing a key player, and she's gone for the season. Jessica Shepard tore ACL against Los Angeles. Don Breach is saying San Diego travels to Coors after the game. And Avi Gold saying Drew is on the Padres. Yes, Drew is on the Padres. Royals opened up at -145. There's been a 16-cent move towards them. The total open at 9 is now at 8.5. Let's see how the batters do against these two guys. Against Norris, the Royals are hitting .320 with a with a 613 slugging percentage, 959 OPS. Wow. And it's Whit Merrifield, 3 home runs, 6 for 16 with 3 homers. Jorge Soler has gone deep, and so has Alberto Mondesi. Wow, they hit Daniel Norris. Let's see what these Tigers do against the Royals. Because remember, the Royals are going for their first series win since that sweep in early April. You know, maybe it's a spot where we back this Royal squad. Cup of Sun says, my biggest bet of the year, Jimmy, Bran Stark of the Iron Throne. Seriously, free money. Wow, I've never watched that show. I don't know anything about it. Liberty Finder says, Father's Day, headed to a nearby horse track, giddy up ponies. Oh, Liberty Finder. I love that. And I celebrated every Father's Day growing up at Hastings Track with my dad. And it's just my favorite memories of my youth Absolutely celebrating Father's Day. Father's Day, we do it up a little bit more special, and we do the buffet and stuff like that, man. Great. Very fond memories, Liberty Finder. Have a great time there. I'll be thinking about you. Okay. I think the Royals may be the play the more we've talked about this. These guys don't touch Duffy at all. Well, 235 average, but just 353 slugging. So they're 28 for 119. And that's only 9 extra base hits out of those 28 hits. And the big bats don't get to him. Maybe Castellanos, but he's been quiet all year. And there's Twadi Latte, KC first 5 minus a half at plus 110. Danny Duffy also, because of that, he was joking the whole time with the press about limping around all week, but his arm's got to be fresh today. Sean Glass saying leaning KC and the over. Gate Passkey on Bruins puck line, 2 empty netters. Very possible, Gate Passkey. Very possible. You know, the more we talk about this, the more I think that the Royals can win. They're 0-14-2 in their past 16 series, and I think they can get the job done here. Joe Anisi says I'm on KC. Eddie Obason on Tigers, Royals under. I think this means a ton to the Royals. I think it means a ton for them to win a series here. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Royals to take care of business and for Daniel Norris to get touched. Let's look at team totals for this Royal squad. Here we go. For a full game, let's see, KC, full game, 4.5 minus 101. I'm not going to bother with that. Lamont Williams, parlay, Atlanta solo over. O's full game under. And Big Boss is Phillies first 5 under. And the NHL game under 5.5. I like that look. Okay. Rico Money in the house here. Love that Rico Money's joining us. Eddie Oiler saying Tigers, Royals play again tomorrow. Homer Daily Bay for KC. Oh, wow. I thought this was a chance for them to not lose it, I guess. Sorry, my fault. I thought that was a spot where they were going to win the series. I think that the Royals are a nice move. Now, should we focus on the Royals solely on the... Here we go. Should we focus solely... Oh, that's my tracker. Sorry. Should we focus on just the first 5 like Twadi's doing? Is it because their bullpen is that bad? Let's take a look at these bullpens here. Detroit's bullpen's been getting worse and worse as the season's gone on. They're trash right now. Absolutely trash. Kansas City's is not much better, but it's better than it was at the beginning of the season. Wow. And Twadi on the Pirates, team total over 3.5. Interesting. He cashes with these 3.5 totals. All right, I'm going to back the Royals here. Let's see what I'm getting. Here we go. If I take the Royals on the money line, full game, KC getting a minus 128 will be the best. What if I take them on the minus 1 line and go for a score here? If I go for a score, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take KC and go for a score here. The money line for the Royals is minus 126. That's available at Bookmaker. Here we go. Royals minus 1. The money line is minus 126. And the minus 1.5 here. There's Don Corleone in the house. Here we go. And on the run line, full game, going to go for a little score with these Royals. I'm getting plus 161. 161 at Heritage, which will give me a nice plus line overall. Minus 1.5 at plus 161. Book it and bank it. My man John just led us, says, got screwed on the Pirates team total over yesterday, but it hits. Yesterday it hits, but game gets called after it. Oh, yeah, that sucks, John. I hate that so much. Okay, let's keep rolling. No, John, they're talking about Jonathan Succi. They're talking about Rico Money on a big 8-0 run. All right, now Bruins, Astros, Woodruff, Verlander. I'd be very interested to hear what you guys have to say about this spot. Brandon Woodruff, Justin Verlander. Let's take a look at what the market's done with this game. Oh, those are run lines. Sorry, let's go to money lines and totals here. Full game. Here we go. Total's been at 7.5 all day. It was under 7.5 at minus 115. It's now minus 111, so 4-cent move towards the over. Astros, Verlander opened at minus 150, being a 14-cent move towards him. You know, Eddie Oiler, if I was to take that, I guess I would take Pasternak. I certainly wouldn't be Bergeron. It would be Marchand or Pasternak. Maybe, I guess, are you getting the same juice on all of them? I know, give me the lines. I mean, I know Marchand's the guy to trust, but Pasternak is such a sniper on that power play. Rico Money saying don't sleep on Marlins. There's Alex Ramirez saying play of the day, Astros money line. Alex Ramirez with his Spidey play of the day, Astros money line. Why is Verlander so low? This is the type of situation where Russell Gordy would be saying, why is Verlander so low? It doesn't make sense. Eddie Oler said Jimmy called the Brewers the Bruins. Oh, did I? Sorry. You do know I am so excited about that hockey game tonight, man. Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, man, is that exciting. I mean, what goes on tonight we'll remember forever. And I just love that about sports. All right. And Larry Savage also liking the Marlins. Happy I stayed off the cards there. Well, because we know it's Lamont Williams. Max bet you're going against Lamont, who cashes and cashes and cashes. All right. Let's grab this lineup. See what we're dealing with. Oh, sorry. That's team totals. Let's see what we're dealing with these lineups here in the Brewers. Astros game. For the Astros, Reddick, Bregman, Brantley, Gurriel, Alvarez, Chirinos, Kemp, White, Marisnik. For the Brewers, Kane, Yelich, Braun, Moustakas, Grandal, Thames, Shaw, Gamble, Arcia. And Ron Crawford says Padres left on the spreadsheet. Jimmy, man, you guys should follow Ron Crawford and keep an eye on what his spreadsheet is saying. You know, Eddie Orler, it has to be between Pasternak and Marchand. And I guess I would probably take Marchand if it's the same as Pasternak. But you know what? At plus 170 in a game 7, I don't know if that's enough value. I do not see this being a high-scoring game, but I would go with Marchand. Gas Station says I'm on the Brewers money line. Ski Prophet says his fade. Verlander is back. Could it possibly be? I don't know if it could possibly be. Let's see if any of these guys have faced him, and they have faced him a lot. Wow. Look, Lorenzo Kane faced him 45 times. Moustakas has faced him 68 times, batting 176. Wow. Kane's faced him 45 times, batting 289. They actually have okay numbers, but 542 OPS. I mean, that's okay. John Ronio said this is one of those games Verlander's been streaking. With Bruce hot bats, I'd take the money line on the Brews. Not applicable on KC and San Diego. Von Polo says, why is the line so low for the Astros game? Why are they not bigger favorites? I agree. Gate Pasky says Bergeron shows up big time tonight. You know he will. You know he's the most important player on that team. But it just doesn't always show up in goals, is what I'm saying. Doesn't always show up in goals. You know he's going to show up. Ricardo Gutierrez on the under 7.5. I'm on that as well. Like to hear that. Ricardo's on that. Eddie Obason says never smart to fade the Astros and Verlander. And Sports Keg says I'm almost positive that Ant faded them. Wow, I would love to know, what Ant's on. I should have looked at that this morning. I'm not on the Bruins -1. I'm on the Blues first period at plus 138, and I'm on the first period under 1.5 at minus 133. You know, Woodruff's been pitching very well. 7 straight decisions, 3 runs, 10 Ks against the Pirates. 3.34 ERA in 10 starts since his most recent loss. Lance LaRose liking the over. And Dave LA is in a nice spot. Bruins series bet at plus 250 or the Blues at plus 160. Great work. Moneyline Global says Strohs, don't overthink it. I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards the Astros. Let's see when this market move took place. God, we don't have a lot of time. Sorry, I've been going a little too long on this. Market move took place in this money line. Wow. The Brew Crew opened at plus 138. So at night, at 4 in the morning, God, at 5 in the morning, the Astros were down to minus 114. At 5:30 in the morning, minus 114. It's got to be the European syndicates, and then the Americans come back and start pounding the Astros. I'm going to stay off this game. We have Mariners at Twins. We have Gerson Bautista. So it's another game of openers. This Mariners bullpen is terrible, and they have a kid who's pitched 12 innings so far in High A and Triple A Tacoma, going up against Berrios. But what do you do with this spot, with this number? I mean, Berrios has not been pitching that well, and there he is at 230 minus 235. Berrios has not been that good lately. And what do you do here? I guess the only thing to do is take team total overs. Let's see what we'd be getting if we took team total overs, but it's a 5.5 minus 114. That's just terrible. And then if we want the first 5 team total over for the Brew Crew, for the Brew Crew. For the Twins, it's 3.5 at plus 120. I missed a spot on that. There's Kyle Fergus. Nice to see Kyle Fergus in the spot, man. Much love to you, Kyle Fergus. Respect. And then we have the Padres-Giants game where I'm on the under 7.5. We are giving Jay Money a call right now. Anderson versus Luke Casey. Now, Luke Casey is a San Francisco native, and he pitched at home in his first opportunity to pitch in front of friends and family. He got lit up. I think he has a much better start now. Not Applicable says Minnesota rolls anyways. And Moneyline Global says Sharps fading Verlander. That's why the line moved. Astros are missing 3 key players, says my man Christopher Comentini says, but don't let that fool you. And Neil Frank says it's 2.5 minus 145 at Heritage. Let's see what it is at my book. Quickly, here we go. Let's quickly check it out. Here we go. That's a good point. Let's see what we could get here. Okay, game lines. Let's get quickly down to the Twinkies. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not even up yet because of the pitching change. Not even up yet. Oh, no, sorry. Maybe I was looking at the wrong game. Here we go. I was looking at the wrong. Okay, there we go. And yeah, it's 5.5 there, plus 105. All right, I'm going to stay off of it. Oh, and then Neil Frank says it just moved. That was the play to make, and I was just too late on it. Well, all that said and done, very little additions here on this card for me. Let's see what I've done here. Got off to a bad start. That giant run I've been on crash landed with no and 3 start today. And I'm on the first 5, under 5 at minus 107. That's Diamondbacks Phillies. That is a tale of DJ Big Boss. And then I'm not going to end up taking the Cards. I just don't trust Michaelis at this point. And Eddie Oil says Buster Posey expected to be back. Yes, he is. He's expected to be back. So that'll be the battery with Sean Anderson. Then I'm on the Royals minus 1. Took the Royals minus 1. So those are my only 2 additions at this point. My only 2 additions at this point. I'm already on that under 7.5. Okay, let's bring in our NBA expert who I get to share the screen with for a nice big portion of the rest of the evening as I will be joining him on King's Court. But right now, we got Jay Money is Money representing the Lone Star State. How you doing on this Wednesday evening, Jay?
Man, I'm doing all right, Jimmy. I was doing a whole lot better, man. I was pretty hot there for a few days. Cut a little slide the past few days, man. So I'm not too happy. I'm ready to get back to some NBA. Shit, the WNBA hadn't even been treating us well, man. So I'm ready to get back to some NBA and let's make some cash, Jimmy.
Let's make some cash. Are you making a move on this Lynx Liberty game, or should we go right into the Raptors? Because I've got some big questions to ask you. Are you making a move on Lynx Liberty? Let me just quickly take a look at the move here that's gone on. Lynx Liberty, my full game. Yes, I am. Okay, perfect. So Lynx open at minus 3. They're still there. But this is one of the rare games, Jay, where there's not been enormous line movement. Liberty 156.5 is now at 155. We know that King Rail is backing the Lynx first half. So the 17-game losing streak of the Liberty is over after 88-78 win, home win over the Aces. Tina Charles stepped up with 21. She's averaging 23.2 points per game. She went for 32 and 15 during that loss on July 24th, 85-82 loss at Minnesota, that most recent meeting. New York lost all 3 last year to Minnesota. And Sylvia Fowles is a beast. Man, she's tough. Lexi Brown, Sylvia Fowles both do a lot of damage for this Lynx squad. And the Lynx have Jessica Shepard now done for the season, tore ACL, and that she was a very important piece. 4.8 points, 5.7 boards, 3.5 assists. Do you have a move on this game, Lynx Liberty, Jay?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have a move on it, but right now, until I get stronger looks, I'm kind of staying away from the WNBA. I am on the Lynx here, full game minus 3. I'm just not a fan of the Liberty. I mean, they also are losing a player in this game. The last game, Bria Hartley, she had 17 points. You know what I'm saying? She's been one of the key cogs over there for the Liberty. I know that they've been terrible, but they were keeping it close. You know what I'm saying? With some games, like I said, and she's the leading assister for the team, leader in assists for the team. So I know I expect them to have a big letdown game here. You know what I'm saying? Off their 17 losing streak, then you get that big win over the Aces. I mean, that was a huge win. They were 10-point underdogs there. Were winning the game, the whole game. I mean, do we see them win 2 straight games here? I mean, the line. To be honest, the line suggests so. I mean, we see the Lynx here just 3.5, and then the Aces were minus 9.5, closed at minus 10.5. So I mean, I'm still not buying here on the Liberty. I'm kind of torn here because I'll be perfectly honest with you. Even though I have money on the Lynx, I'd love to see the Liberty win this game because I mean they're going to get their asses handed to them on Friday. I'm Jimmy. This is one that I can tell you the line even out yet. The Aces will blow the Liberty out the water on Friday. I'm telling you. It's a revenge game, everything. So I'll be honest. I hope that the Liberty play their fucking heart out tonight, double, triple overtime, man. You know what I'm saying? No injuries. I don't hope anybody gets injured. But I mean, if they do win, that'll be even better for my spot on Friday. But yes, I am on the Lynx tonight, -3. I think they're the better defensive team. You got Tina Charles going to obviously be going up against Fowles over there. So I mean, like you say, Sylvia. I mean, no one's going to be able to stop her really on the offensive or defensive end. It's tough to go in there and get easy baskets when she's in there. So I just like the Lynx better overall defense in this spot. So I know they're on the road. They hadn't been playing so well on the road, but I did take a small shot on them -3 tonight.
Interesting. Sports Gag says line is low, but I still have to take Minnesota. Ron Walsek says Lynx score over 90. The over is a solid play. And then our guy King Rail saying no Allen, no Hartley, fade New York. What do you think about this total? It's dropped a point or a point and a half.
Yeah, with the total, I wanted to take the over because of the Liberty, but the way that the Lynx play defense, I feel like regardless, even if, which I mean, I'm thinking that the Lynx are going to win, so I'm thinking that they're going to hold the Liberty down. I mean, like you say, they're losing a starter, they're leading assists over there, you know what I'm saying, and she got 17 points from them last game, so she, you know what I'm saying, is a big deal with them for the points as well. Missing that, which she's going over there to Europe, you know what I'm saying, for a tournament over there, so it's going to be pretty tough without them having her. When you're a bad team, it's pretty tough when you already, you know what I'm saying, you're already bad. Then you're losing starters left and right. You're just going to you're going to go from bad to worse. Then, like I say, having a big letdown off you finally getting that huge win after losing 17 straight games. I just don't think that they win 2 straight. People could take them +3 or say it's a trap all day. I mean, sometimes the public does win. You know what I'm saying? So this one, it seems kind of square, but I mean, just as capping basketball, I had to take a shot with the Lynx here. If I do lose, I won't be too worried. I'll get it back on Friday.
That's exciting. Well, thank you for the heads up about the Friday spot, a perfect revenge game J spot. So thank you for giving us a heads up about that moving forward. Ski Profit saying lean first half under. Lean Liberty first quarter based strictly on trends and backing bad teams after wins. Backing bad teams after wins is a great trend, Ski. I like it as well. Said, haven't played yet. I'm driving. Ski, drive safe. Our guy, Ski Profit. And then Heinous and says first half Lynx. So we have Heinous and as well as King Rail on first half Lynx. And then Jace Gum says the Lynx will hold the Liberty in check. So I like that under. And Lance LaRose saying great insight, Jay. Not applicable on Lynx -3. All right. Let's talk about what I want to talk about now. Game 6, NBA Finals. I went ahead and made some prop bets. I made some moves. The decision not to bet on the Raptors money line was predicated on the fact that I think we could see a higher line, but that's not been the case. Money's been coming in on Raptors. Open at +143. There's been a 19-cent move towards the Raptors, so I've been wrong on that. Open at -3.5 for the Warriors. It is now at 3 at Pinnacle, but 2.5 at 5 times. Bet365, Bookmaker, Bovada, Heritage, Intertops, you wager. I would expect Bet365, because it's a main book that Canadians play, that would be at 2.5, but I thought the other books would be hanging 3. Maybe I made a mistake in that spot. So let me ask you this just first off, first off, Jay. The total opening at 210.5, now 211.5, and the spread opening at 3.5, now 3. Do you think that movement will continue in the direction that it's going in both the total moving towards the over and the spread and money line moving towards the Raptors?
You're probably still going to see over money because, I mean, obviously we're dealing with Golden State. I don't think that necessarily means that this one's going to go over. But I think that the money is obviously going to come in on Golden State. I mean, regardless. And it's crazy because different books will we could kind of say, all right, look, the money's coming in on this. But obviously, we know that different books, it fluctuates. So, I mean, in Game 5, it seems like all the sharp money was on the Raptors. But we know that money was pouring in on the Warriors. I'm talking about bookies. Bookies don't even want to hit you back the next day, boy, after that one. You know what I'm saying? We know that everyone had the Warriors, and some people probably took some huge losses. But early money is coming in on Raptors, but we know late money, man, whether it's public or sharp, it's going to flood on the Warriors, especially at the house. You know what I'm saying? Last game in Oracle, it's a lot of spots here. I feel like there's to be made really where regardless of who you think is going to win the game. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the full game spread is probably going to definitely move towards the Warriors. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see this one close at what it opened at somewhere around 3.5, maybe even 4.
Well, here we go, Jay. This is what we all want to know. What's your angle and what's your plan of attack? And have you already made a move?
I haven't already made a move only because at my book, they don't have the first quarter up. One thing I can tell you, well, one thing I'll say this for a fact, I got fucked on my over. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant being injured totally fucked it up, man. The Warriors like a total different team out there. People say that, oh, they play good against certain teams. Against certain teams, it's a real matchup where the Warriors can still take advantage of them. And then they go up against a really good defensive team. It's like, oh, shit, damn, they missed KD. And then when they came back, it's like he was their damn Lord and Savior. It's like they was finna blow the Raptors out. Their offense was looking perfect, which they can still move the ball. But I really feel like when he went out the game, that second half, I don't know why in the hell I should have been on the second half under. But I don't like hedging out my bet, especially when I still think that it can win. But I have to be all over the Warriors in the first quarter here. I have to. I feel like even if the Raptors win the game, this is regardless if the Warriors win or not, this is the last game in Oracle. They're going to be pissed at the Raptors, period, just Toronto, period, for, cheering about KD getting hurt. This is going to be an emotional first quarter for them. And I feel like for a good way where they're going to want to come out hot. Obviously, they want to win the game. They're going to want to make it go to game 7. The home team, the Warriors have been losing these first quarters. In this series, they're -6 on the total of the first quarters. But as you see last game, even over there in Toronto, they could still come over there and come out and say, hey, you know what, look, we're not playing, which they did have KD. But I feel like at the house, tomorrow, last game in Oracle, that's definitely going to propel them to they're only -1 for the first quarter. So we're pretty much just asking them to win the first quarter. I definitely think that we're going to get that. Maybe even first half, but that is definitely my first look. And I'll probably be on the Raptors full game. And I know a lot of people want to say that, the refs going to try to make it go to game 7. I'm not with it. If you're watching these games, the Warriors are a totally different team. I really feel like that they should have lost the last game, but the Raptors really choked that one off. Really up 6, you have to win that. And I feel like that they didn't want to go back to Golden State. You know what I'm saying? A part of me makes me want to take Golden State because I feel like if they won game 5, then it was going to, go to game 7. But I hadn't made a full game play, but I'll definitely be on the Warriors in the first quarter. I have to.
Warriors first quarter, very interesting look. I jumped in on 3 plays. 3 plays, 3 bets, and official low bag picks. And tell me what you think of this. I think now, Kevon Looney, it's up to him if he can handle the pain. The guy's wincing every time the camera's on him. He's obviously going through a ton of pain. Then you have Bogut and Boogie, who don't look good. They don't look terrible. I just mean they don't look good. Bogut's slow, and Boogie is slow, and Boogie's emotions get the best of him at times, and I hope he hangs out of the perimeter shooting threes. He puts no fear into any defense at all. So what I see, Jay, is a huge advantage, and possibly the only advantage, really. I know that we've got Kawhi, so there's an advantage there, so I don't want to take anything away from him. But the biggest advantage to me that I see is the front court of the Raptors. Gasol, Ibaka, and Siakam. Those guys, I feel like we have an enormous, enormous advantage. We know that the Warriors have the best backcourt in the business, but this Raptors front court is very good and very strong. And I think that's what we have to take advantage of all game long. And when KD was in there for those 12 minutes, that advantage was gone. It was completely gone, and Siakam could do nothing when Durant was following him around the court for that short period of time. Now, that said, I'm on these 3 plays, and I absolutely love them. I'm on the overs for Siakam, Gasol, and Ibaka, all 3 of them. Siakam coming off a bad game, his total dropped to 17.5. Gasol, 9.5. Ibaka, 8.5. I absolutely love these overs. I'm on all 3 of them. Those are going to be my only prop bets on the day. Jay, what do you think of that breakdown, thinking that the front court is a huge advantage and that's where I can make my cash?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that's why they're up in this series because I mean we know that the Warriors have better guards other than Kawhi Leonard, which I mean he's a forward, but he's like the point guard right now. And he's having to be. I think those are damn good looks. I was gonna say definitely Siakam, and we saw in the fourth quarter. Shit, I don't even think that he get in the whole fourth quarter. I know he wasn't in the past 6 minutes, but shit, I mean only 12 points, and then like we know that they're gonna adjust it down just because he had a little bad game. I mean, damn, if 12 points is a bad game, we know this is Siakam. He usually gets up there at 20, but I mean, damn, 33 minutes and had a bad game, and you still get to 12. I definitely don't think he can get more than 20 points this next game. So that's one I definitely love. I mean, you're not gonna need Gasol and Ibaka, both of those. So those I'm not so high on, but they're definitely gonna need them to get in double digits as well. Those are damn good looks. I mean, both last game they got 17 and 15. So, but my thing, Danny Green. I mean, you got to have a better game than that, bro. You have to, man. So I mean, I know that he always does it with the defense, and that's definitely gonna make an impact. But I just feel like if you Danny Green, you at least have to get 8 points. You have to get them something else. The Raptors already only going 7-8 deep. You know what I'm saying? They tried to throw McCaw in there the last little second last game, but maybe even let McCaw get out there or something. Maybe that fuck with the Warriors' head or something, man. So I feel like they got to do something else. You know what I'm saying? We know that OG he back, but they can't play him. He hadn't been playing forever. So I just feel like it's the Raptors. They're all about defense, all about slowing the game down and trying to grind out a win. We saw that the last game. So especially without KD, this is the game without KD. The last game should have went over and it didn't. This one, you're not gonna have them the whole game. This is one game, Jimmy, that I'm probably gonna be fading the market move once again.
Wow, I can't wait for it. It's how exciting is sports landscape right now. Game 7 NHL Stanley Cup Finals, and then tomorrow night, Game 6 in Oracle. Absolutely great breakdown. So a move towards the Warriors first quarter. Sounds like it'll be Jay's first call of action or call to action. And for me, I've already locked down those 3 prop bets. So let's take one other look at it. We got to move on. Let's take another.
I need to have a word with you right now.
Jesus.
We need to talk.
Freddie.
We need to talk.
Freddie, can you give
You're not taking this play seriously.
Freddie, can you give me 3 minutes? Can you give me 3 minutes? Oh, Jesus. My God. All right. So let's quickly go with the prop scenario. Sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on with Freddie, but he looked very serious. Pretty sharp shirt, but looked very serious.
Yeah, I was going to say, look, Jimmy, tell Freddie, tell him say what he got to say, man.
All right. Okay. Oh, he's gone. He fucked off. Okay. Okay, fucked off. Okay. Let's go with the backcourt of the Warriors. Curry at 32.5 and Thompson at 23.5. And tell me what you think of this for my Heritage prop bet tomorrow. I know it's going to be juiced, but I'm going to take Curry to score more points than Kawhi Leonard as my prop bet with Heritage for tomorrow. And what do you think about the overs for the backcourt of the Warriors?
I like him. This is the thing that's holding me off the full game. I mean, this is a huge game for the Warriors. I mean, even if the Raptors, they could still win the championship and then the Warriors still get what they want. I mean, the last game in Oracle, it's going to be, I mean, do they lose 3 straight home games and get pretty much swept at the house in the finals? And they're knowing this is their last game. That's going to be pretty tough. We know that Curry, Thompson, I mean, everybody, they're going to come ready to play, man. It's crazy that Durant's not going to be playing this game. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're going for. It's tough to see a player, you know what I'm saying, go down, especially like that, where he's trying to come back and show everybody his toughness. But, yeah, you're damn right. I mean, you see Klay Thompson, he hitting his groove, he hitting his shot, even when a hand in his face, man, it's tough because when you're a real shooter, it don't matter. Defense is not even like they're not even there. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Leonard, I don't give a damn. You got to take this shot in the last game. I'm sorry, I just had to say that real quick. But, yes, I definitely love the backcourt over. And, I mean, the Curry, the Leonard, that's a pretty tough matchup. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Leonard's going to go all out. He has to. It seemed like the Leonard, it seemed like the ball is in his hands pretty much 90% of the time. Larry, you just go to the wing or something. I don't know what to say about the Raptors, Jimmy. They had to. I feel like they should have ended already, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Wouldn't it piss you off so much if the Warriors came back from 3-1? Wouldn't that just piss you off so much? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I could watch the finals anymore if that happened.
You know, it actually wouldn't piss me off. What we saw from the Warriors in Game 5 was the heart of a champion. Watching KD go down, taking care of that 10-0 run. I was just extremely impressed. I was for whatever reason, I kind of was a little bit emotional about the KD injury and about him coming back too early for his team being out for a year now. And then the cheer that went up. It was just, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. So by the time that game's coming down to the fourth quarter, I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm drunk. It's not a very good mixture, and so I wasn't enjoying it. And even when the Raptors went on that run, for whatever reason, I just wasn't enjoying it. And the Warriors showing their heart of a champion, I was extremely, extremely impressed in. And if they win in 7 games and show that kind of heart, what can you do but applaud? But I hope the Raptors take care of business in Game 6. Jay, what a treat it is to roll with you. I'll be joining you in 23 short minutes on King's Court. You are a great capper, a great guy, and a huge asset to our show here. I am not going to make a move on the WNBA game at this point. Not going to make a move. Jay, can't wait to work with you in 23 short minutes on King's Court. Where can we find you on Twitter?
Yes, sir. Y'all can go and find me on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney. Y'all can find me on King's Court as well. In 23 minutes, we're going to get into this game some more, maybe more of the WNBA game. Obviously going to have even more on this tomorrow, but I do know for a fact I will have to be on Golden State first quarter. It's just I just have to, and I think that it's going to cash. I think that's really the best spot of the whole game, but I'll definitely have even more plays for you guys tomorrow on King's Court, man. So you guys go and follow me on Twitter, and make sure you guys go and check us out on King's Court.
Jay, but before you go, the more I talk about it, the more I think, man, if I take the props for the Raptors front court and the props for the Warriors back court, I'm going to cash in Game 6. Am I simplifying things too much? If I take the overs, which I've already done for the Raptors front court, and then the overs for the Warriors back court?
I don't think it's a bad look. What I will tell you, if you like the overs for both of them, it sounds like you like the over for the full game is what I get. I mean, if you like the backcourt, you like Steph and Clay to be hitting their threes, and then you saying that the Raptors are going to score with them. I mean, we know that the Warriors are going to get their points. If they're the Raptors are going to try to slow this game down and try to change to their tempo. So I mean, we think the Raptors are going to win. I'm not sure if I like the Curry and Thompson props. You see what I'm saying? Because if they go off, we know the arena's going to be rocking. I find it really hard for me to bet the Raps full game tomorrow, knowing that that's the last game in that arena, knowing that they already lost Game 3 and 4 over there. It's going to be pretty tough. Like I say, I'm really deep in diving into this one tonight and in the morning because I really like to on the same day of it. I'm trying to get some money today. But I still think that those are all good looks, especially for Siakam. I think that's the best prop in the game.
Well, the way I see it is I'm not even equating that to an over. I don't see anybody else on the Warriors doing anything offensively. Draymond Green will get his 10. Iggy will get his 8. Where do the other points come? Boogie will get 8.
Yeah, Boogie scare me. You remember I was talking about the Cousins under prop, and I was this close to sending someone money to bet it under the 9.5 points. And then because I was thinking that I told him at first, oh damn, I would have cashed. It don't even like he's gonna play. Then KD went out, and then damn, near here Cousins come. I'm talking about he scored 4 points like nothing. Then he go and get a foul and 1. I mean, before you know it, and you know what I'm saying, what, like 10 minutes, he has like 12, 14 points. So I mean, and he was very pissed at the last game. That's the thing we have to remember. The Warriors as a whole are still very pissed over everyone cheering about KD getting hurt. Cousins won the main one. I mean, you saw the interview. That type of stuff could possibly inspire you. Cousins may be a look to go over the points in this game.
Boogie likes being angry, man. He just likes he's an emotional guy, man. Bet you he sobs at movies. I don't give a fuck what Boogie's fucking. Boogie doesn't scare me at all, man. Guy's a fucking roller coaster, man. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you in 20 minutes. Jay, could you do me, actually, just before, don't leave, Jay. I'm just going to go over my plays quickly. I'm on the Blues first period at plus 138. The first period under 1.5 at minus 133. And then only 2 baseball games left. I'm on the first 5 under 5 minus 107. Diamondbacks, Phillies. Oh, no, 3. I'm on the Giants, Padres under 7.5, and then I'm on the Royals -1, going for a bit of a score there. And then I told you about the 3 prop bets. I'm going to make some more in a second. But Jay Money, could you do me the enormous favor and introduce none other than Freddie Fortune, who seems like he has something to tell me?
No problem at all, man. Hey, man, y'all already know who it is. The guy. He's a little weird sometimes, but one of the coolest guys at SBR, man. Hit us with them picks, Freddie. Introducing now, Freddie Fortune.
Freddie, welcome. You've seemed very upset.
Finally, it happened. J Money has introduced me to the show.
He said nice things about you.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you acknowledging my existence
All right, yeah, he does.
on the show because he sends me messages over and over and over again
Yeah, I don't believe that
on
at
Twitter. But I'm not here to talk about it.
all. Jesus.
I'm upset with you.
Why is that?
I'm upset with you.
All right.
We had a fire safety meeting the other day.
All right.
And who wasn't there? You. What were you doing?
I don't know.
What happens if there's a fire at SPR?
The fuck do I care?
You always smoke with your fucking crack pipe. What will we do if I find you smoking with your pipe while there's a fire? You need to shut that thing down, put it in the trash,
All right.
and run.
And run, okay.
Yes, fires are... I have information for you.
All right.
Very valuable information that I cannot find right now because the paper here. First, do you know anything about fires?
I know they're hot.
Don't ever run with a candle in your hands. If you want to run with a candle, first blow it off. Blow it off, sorry. And then you run. You don't run with candles. You need to stay calm.
All right.
You need to stay calm. First, you need to think about yourself before thinking about the other people. Okay? Never try to help people.
What if Natalie's on fire? What?
Leave her. No one cares about Natalie.
What?
No.
What if
Leave her.
What if her
Leave
shirt,
her.
What if
Leave her.
What if her shirt burns off?
Leave her.
And then she's got.
I don't care. You leave Natalie alone. No. Okay?
All right.
You need to focus.
Okay.
You don't take this information seriously. You don't take this seriously. You know, tomorrow, if there's a fire, you will host the show in the burn unit.
Okay.
That's important. You should do something about this.
All right, Freddie. I apologize for missing.
You know what? You know what you can't handicap?
What?
Third degree burns.
Okay, you make salient points.
Stay calm. You need to stay calm, okay? At all times. Think about yourself. Don't think about other people. Think about yourself. Think about yourself.
Okay.
Okay? You're important. Stay calm. I got more information for you, okay? Let me check my list.
Jesus.
I got nothing else.
Okay.
Stay calm, Freddy.
All right.
Stay calm, Freddy.
Do you have a play for
Stay
us,
calm,
man?
Freddy. You know who's gonna lose tonight?
Who?
St. Louis Ice Pussies. Like your sport.
St. Louis Ice Pussies, eh?
Yes.
So you're on the Boston Bruins, I assume.
No, I'm against you.
All right. Do you have any action on this?
Regularly. Every day, man.
What's your play for tomorrow?
Oh, you mean plays?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about. Okay.
The
geez.
sex.
Okay. All right, man. I'm glad that you get to fuck in the
I can see
basement.
there's
of your
more
mom's
hair in
house.
your head now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
You know what happens if there's a fire at SBR? You won't have any more hair. Do something about it.
Okay. Okay.
Stay calm when there's a fire, okay?
All right.
You will have a fiery death in the future. I can see it. Like all the winds that I see in the future. I see you dying in a fire.
Well, that'll help me rest easy this evening. What's your play for tomorrow?
ATP Stuttgart, Matteo Berrettini to win over a man that has a name that's very funny, so I will try not to laugh.
Sure. What is it?
Karen Kachanov at plus 100 at Bet365.
You find Karen Kachanov?
Yeah, because it's a lady name. And he's a man.
All right. That is Freddie Fortune.
That is Freddie Fortune indeed.
And Coco Bongo saying something nice. He says this segment is a dumpster fire.
Stay calm,
Leche.
stay calm,
Anyone
stay calm,
foot
stay calm, stay
makers!
calm.